Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to do a little flip through of my little tiny art journal. I made this a couple months ago. I was experimenting. I haven't done art journaling in forever, and I really like those like ATC cards, those artist trading cards. I see a lot of things on Facebook and YouTube about people trading these cards, and I thought they're really cute, and they just kind of reminded me of like little miniature art journals, really, just little tiny ones. So I figured I would make a little journal to house these little cards and make it like a journal. So this is actually made out of out of all things, this is made out of a box. I have one of those mosquito lights that kill off the mosquitoes in the spring, well, all year really, and the juice or whatever for the bug juice comes in this little tiny box. So I thought it was a perfect size. I measured it out and I was like, wow, this actually fits these cards. So I made it out of that. So what I did is just gessoed the cover. I put a little bit of texture. I put some lace on here. I glued the lace down first. I did gesso. I did some, I think it was Dilutions paint. I believe, was this Dilutions? I believe this was Dilutions paint toned down with white. I think that's what I was using, if I remember correctly, when I did this. And of course, just blacked it out with framed it out with the black paint. This here is just a die cut that I have. I have a die set for this that has different sizes, so I figured I would number this because thinking I would make multiple little tiny art journaling pages, cards, things. So anyway, so this is my little tiny art journal. So it just has the little ribbons to tie it down. Here's a little pocket. I made it just like a junk journal sort of slash art journal. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, you'll see what I mean. So yeah, so it has a little pocket here so I can tuck little things in there. It says be true to you. This is just a picture that came out of one of those seed magazines that or catalogs, not magazines, seed catalogs. I have them ordered from, I think it's Vessi Seeds. Anyway, their pictures of their flowers are great. So when I'm done with the catalog, I just cut out the pictures. So I always have lots of flower pictures that way. Anyway, so this is kind of a flowery start to this. I wasn't sure where to really start, so I started with flowers. This is just a little page with some lace. Some of these have tabs, and what I did was put the date that I did the journaling page, the art journaling page, the date that I did it, I just put it on a tab. So some I did multiple. So here's the other one. Your Story Matters. This is Shabby Dabby Dooda's digital kit with some lace, some flowers from that magazine. Some the background paper is that no, this one is actually Jane Davenport's paper, so paper pad. So I just kind of cut that up and made them for the background, and then put things on top. And it has a little tab. It says, "Let yourself rest." This little bird resting. I was doing a lot of healing over the last year, so I find that doing these art journals really help with healing. I always was like, not, I wouldn't say an artist, but I draw, and I find when I'm healing, drawing is always my go-to. But this year I found that art journaling was my go-to, so this was new for me. I'm still drawing, but not very often, because I'm really dabbling in this and like playing with all the mediums and the papers and the colors and the textures and, you know, all the fun stuff that makes journaling actually fun. So I'm really enjoying that. So here's just a hummingbird. I went over a few days straight. I was just kind of filling up the book. Imagine, Inspired, Dream. This here is a die cut that a friend of mine had given me. She had things to stash. She gave me a bunch of stuff, and she actually has a YouTube channel here too. It's Jen Dirtle's art. Go check her out. She loves color. So this was actually a flower from her, and I just did a little pendant. And this actually has Nouveau drops in it with some what's that stuff called? Glossy accents. So I just kind of filled that in to make it look like a little gem, little thing there to give it a little texture. So this here is just a sprayed background with Tim Holtz sprays and his paint, I believe, his metallic paints. And here I didn't stitch around. This is just a faux stitch with a marker. And I missed a few pages. This one here will do for today. This is a Diane Rivley's little trick she does in her dilutions, as she cuts out some of her pages, and I really love the look of it. It's I don't know, it's just something different, so I just kind of mocked that in a few of the signatures as kind of the front and back of the signatures, as you see. It's kind of like the covers of the signatures. This middle signature here was an afterthought because there was such a big space in the middle. And this I had made a long time ago. I think this is one of my first things that I made. So this here is just actually a journal, a little writing pad that actually has the date entries that I actually did these art pages, is what I did with this. So this is just a smaller little book that's in the middle that I can document every time that I do one. And this side here is just blank. I haven't used it, so as you see, this is Jane Davenport's paper. I will put things on top of that. I'll spray, gesso, all that stuff on top of these pages. I thought these are really fun. I don't normally work with a lot of this bright color like Jen does. I'm more like the old style, vintage browns, neutrals. Those kind of colors are my go-tos. So this really was outside of my box. I'll show you another video of my art journal that I was working on before I was doing this, so you can understand how the neutrals are really my go-to. But this one here was just really fun to do, and I haven't worked in it in a while, but I should do a couple entries for it. I really thought that this turned out cute as heck. Like, look at this. And honestly, you could use, I was looking at pudding in Jello boxes. Those I think are the right size for the ATC cards. If you're a trader of ATCs, I really recommend you making a journal. You can house all your friends that you get mailed to you. You can make yourself one of these little books, or even, you know, a bigger, wider, if you have a lot of friends sending you those cards. And you can make multiple signatures in it. You don't have to, you know, make it thick or anything like that, because most of ATC cards aren't really bulky, I don't think. But some maybe, but mostly I don't think they are. So I think this would lay down flat in here, and it would be a good presentation of your ATCs. But anyway, so thanks for joining me. Just a quick little video on showing you my little baby art journal. Stay tuned for our next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.